And we're going live. All right, let me get some music going. We'll get this started here. Another hour-long stream tonight. We'll be covering AMC, GME, The Spy, Gemprex, of course, and then I'm gonna go hunting. I'm gonna find some stocks to invest. Cause guess what I got today? I'll wait till people are here. Let's see. A little music. Maybe some music? I'm trying to play music right now. Supposedly it's playing. It's a little loud. There we go. That's good right there. Okay. How's my hair look? Is it good? I hope my hair looks good. It's just kind of like, maybe I should make it bigger all over the place. Yes. Yes. Well, I'm gonna get going here. Hello people, welcome to the stream today. I'm gonna be looking at The Spy, AMC, GME, Gemprex, and then I'm gonna try to find some stocks to buy to go long in. Queen of the world, yes, Red approves. Let the study begin! Hey, check it out. I know that you're in my Discord, but I do want to show the channel. I did get my next Bukowski book, and I am reading it. It's incredible. I tried to cram in some study after work before the stream to try to do some fundamental analysis, look for some new picks here, stock picks. But here we go. Let's just go ahead and get going. So I want to talk about, okay, well, should I start with AMC and GME? I should wait till there's more people here, huh? Because that's what people are going to want to see. They're going to want to see those two. So let's start with Gemprex until people get here. I was really excited about Gemprex today because today Gemprex was breaking and rejecting a downtrend. You can see there's a high here. If I back out a little bit, you can see way back here, this high. Starts the start of this really big downtrend, forming a low down here. Nice little triple bottomish looking kind of a thing. This might remind you of what AMC did before it popped. And this was a big news event that set the price soaring. There was a trend reversal right in here, of course, which was nasty. And I've got some miscellaneous lines in here we're going to delete. The price has been bouncing off this trend line for a bit now. You can see that when the price did fall below, it came back up. And it rose, fell, and then what happened today? Whew, there was some more news today. Let me pull that up, actually. I can do that, I think. If I go here, and if I detach this, I can't show that, because it has my count number in it. But what I will do is I will take a snippet of it and drag it up so we can all see it. Let's see here. Yes. Gemprex had good news today. Ugh. Preclinical data show potential for use of Gemprex's Oncoprex nanoparticle delivery system in treating colon cancer. So cool. Okay, so this is encouraging because it makes the application of one of Gemprex's treatments more marketable, right? So this is good. A clinical stage gene therapy company focused on developing life-changing therapies for patients with cancer and diabetes today announced that its collaborators published positive preclinical data for the use of Oncoprex. All right, and it's really complicated. It says it's a nanoparticle delivery system for delivery of a FAS DNA plasmid to treat metastatic colorectal cancer. Published in the journal Cancer SF, I don't know. The preclinical study found that tumor-selective Oncoprex nanoparticles carrying FAS DNA plasmids suppress human colon tumor growth in vivo mouse models. So we're not into human testing yet, right? But this indicating that this may be an effective therapy for human colorectal cancer. So hey, that's really good news, and you can see what that did to the price today. It was super fun watching this on the 1 minute chart. There was a point in the day right here. Woo! That was a blast. I loved it. We went from about under $2, 185-ish level, and rocketed up past 2 up to 230. That was fun, and the volume too. It was really the volume that caught my attention. There was a massive surge of volume when this good news launched. You can see up here, volume was peaking at around, let's see, 15 million in the 15-minute candle time frame, and you can actually see today's little volume spike as well right there. So I liked that. for context, let's go to the daily and show what volume. Yeah, this is how big that volume event was. Big stuff for the company. Unfortunately, I was doing my fundamental analysis based on some things that I learned about return on equity and book value to price to book value ratio. And before this big run up, this would have been a great long buy that fundamental analysis. Then of course you'd already be reaping the rewards there if you had bought in under $1 or under $1.50 and then watching the price rise to $3, you could have doubled your money, no problem. That'd been great. But alas, I did not. So I continue to hold the company. I can pull up the fundamentals information provided by Thinkorswim, and I can go through this a little bit. I'm getting a little bit of insight on how to use some of these numbers. So you can see that the book value per share is 72 cents. Let me pull up a calculator, right? So at $2.72, the ratio, the price to book entry ratio is above 2.5. Really, anything above 2.1, I think, per Bulkowski is lackluster because the gain's already kind of in the stock. So I think this won't be a very good fundamental play at this point. Oh, maybe I should show you that. There you go. At $2 with a book entry price of 72 cents, that's the ratio. So it's not super great. You can see the return on equity over here, 2017, $323, $265. These are negative, right? So this is increasing almost, by 100 every single year. Not really though, over 4 years. Let's see the difference is 200, so it's like 50. But to see the return on equity increasing is good, and the book value per share is also increasing. You can see in 2017 it was 3 cents, and now we're up at 72. There was a drop from 58 to 16 in 2018, 2019, but this trend is definitely up, and that's not necessarily bad. Bulkowski says you want to stay away from stocks that have falling return on equity and falling price to book entry ratio. So, it's okay. It's okay. I think I'm going to continue to just hold this. I did buy a couple more calls. I'm just going to hold them, see how it goes. I like the company. A lot of good news coming out about Gemprex. So, good stuff, good stuff. Let's see. We got 6 people here. Usually I have like 15, so let's get started on the popular ones. Let's talk about the SPY first, because the SPY is going to give us context for our other favorite stocks, AMC and GME, right? Yeah, that looks like a downtrend confirmation or continuation, right? Let's pull up the 15-minute time frame, and you can see these peaks are lining up, right? I'm gonna drag this arrow over here. I got a lot of horizontal support and resistance drawn currently. Those levels are coming into play quite a bit. 3 touch points of this trend is bearish as get out, and I can even start to see a little more clearly on the 15-minute that there might be a flag forming in here. You can see these somewhat parallel trend lines after this flag pull. So this could be forming up in a bearish flag. It could be forming up in a measured move down setup. It could be potentially breaking out of that bearish pattern. We could see this downward continuation. Very possible. The volume isn't a downtrend at this point, and that's because we're in a point of consolidation. But to see that this 40-41 level and this 434 level, I say that because that's where the price has bounced down twice. The price bouncing between these levels, this could easily constitute a flag, a very bearish flag. Yeah, not great, but we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming, Let's just turn off all the drawings here. Let's get blank on. Okay, blank's not blank. Please be blank. Drawings, remove drawings, clear. And how's the music? I feel like it might be a little loud. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit. Yeah, you can see the price is starting to spill off the top of this super huge cliff. There is some horizontal support right here that the price is going down. What do we have on the weekly? We have this funny looking candle. Let's go ahead and throw this into patterns and see what patterns tells us about the SPY. So please update the SPY, start. Yes, do this for all the symbols listed. We'll go through all of them. Done. Okay, so, stop yelling at me. There we go. Pull up the SPY, please. Here's our SPY on the weekly. It doesn't look like we have a new candle on the weekly. We did meet a target from a narrow range 4 that formed up. Let's see, this would be December 6th through December 27th. So if you saw this price on the pattern software and opened to put or shorted, it would have been a profitable trade. And look at the volume here. Volume is high, is it not? I'm going to take this from the weekly time scale onto the daily, see if we have any new patterns here. It doesn't look like it. There's no target for this narrow range 4 or for this inside day. So there are no open patterns identified in the software for the SPY. Okay, so let me do some drawings here on the daily. I mean, you can just see it, right? You can see that there's this horizontal congestion in here. That was an inverted head and shoulders. And now we're gonna get another shoulder. It's probably gonna have a flag sort of look to it. And if that happens, this could be a really big head and shoulders that might be a little clear on the weekly, right? You see that might be a double-headed monster. Yeah. You know, the RSI on the weekly time frame is falling below 50. Yeah, SPY is gonna go down, I think. It might bounce, might come up a little bit. You know, I think a lot of it depends on what Russia decides to do. Thoughts on Citigroup? We'll get to Citigroup. Let's do GME, AMC next, and then we'll hit Citigroup. Let me go to the daily here and pull up our beloved AMC. What did AMC? Oh, that's so bearish. Yeah, what's his pattern say about AMC? Definitely gonna pull that up. What's up, Furley's girl one? Yeah, this candlestick has, wow, that is bearish, and you can see the volume today was above the 30-period average at 50.5 million. The 30-day period average being 40.5 million. So the RSI continues to, of course, fall. Now we're at 17.7. I've been kind of waiting for it to get into single digits because the weekly RSI still needs to go oversold, I think, for a bit. This is very bearish. You can see that the price did almost, it had a tiny little tail. It's a tiny wee little tail. And this is not bullish at all. To see the price come down to this major low, the descending triangle target at 424, isn't it just beautiful to see that tail touch that target? I just love that. You can't make that up. Like, you put this line on the chart and then the price just kisses it. Anyway, so I digress. This looks like we're gonna start seeing that bullish or that bearish continuation. Here's my trend line study. You know, yeah, okay, of course. I'm like, oh, the price is going down. And it is. There it is. I said if the price closes below this line, look out below. And sure enough, the price is falling now. I did make some money on puts today. I like to day trade puts. It's easy on big red days like this to make money. And honestly, the puts I'm trading on AMC are hedging my other long positions, which are kind of suffering at the moment, of course. Have some puts on Citigroup for February 18th. Okay, yeah, we'll get to Citigroup for sure. I'm gonna run AMC through the pattern software really quick. Chart, please. There it is. What do we have? So we still have an open target at $12.45 generated from a narrow range 4 between January 13th and the 19th. Broke out on the 24th of this month. So still waiting to see that price target be met. And at this point, that could happen in a single day, I want to say. That's only $2 from where we are now. That's a possible single day drop. Today I actually had, I had open, here, let me share my trades for the day. Let me pull that up. Do you want to see my trades? Do you guys want to see my trades? I'm going to show you my trades. How do I do that? I have to go to filled orders. Oh my god. TD Ameritrade loves me because I make them so much money. Okay, so here we go. Here are my trades for the day. This is how much, and this looks like this because when the orders fill on different exchanges, it pops up, right? So like, but you will see that I traded 5, the 16, the 15, the 14, the $10 puts all on February 4th, right? And I bought those and I sold them all. You can see my buy-in prices were lower than my sell prices. I was making money today. The first thing I did today was I got rid of this this funky 100 shares and that call that I had purchased. You know, it was like whatever, nominal loss. It was fun. Like I'm not gonna lie, guys. A lot of times I am playing and experimenting. Yeah, I have a good time. I'm so casual with this account. Like it's just fun. I'm having a good time. I'm in it for the experience, and I want to get some real trading action going every single day, just to feel it. It's like training, right? You gotta train every day. But you know, if you want to make money, you probably shouldn't be trading every day unless you're really good, and I'm not. So you will see here I have some GenPrex trades as well. These are some calls that I bought, and I'm gonna hold those. That 250 call, that was as low as the strike went in the chain. So I did buy one. They're both longer term, right? Or at least neither of them is really longer term. It is 2022, isn't it? So they're just for the next couple of months. So they're short term. I did sell one of them. Oh, I did sell one of them. I held one. I held the March one. Okay, so that's enough of that. Those are my trades. Pattern still has a $12 price target on AMC. Looking for another open pattern here, no breakouts. This narrow range 7 formed up on December 8th to the 16th, broke out on the 13th of this month, and has an approximate target of $7.68. So those patterns are still open. On the weekly time frame, do we have anything? We have a target of 1089 and 768. What just happened there? Oh, that was the monthly. Fun. All right, so oh, we got some candle patterns too here, huh? No, great. So that's AMC on patterns and the charts. The analysis is downward breakout. How far is it gonna go? I guess I could do a price target based on the trend line analysis, but I think it's safe to say we're gonna start plummeting at this point. Let me zoom out. You know, Dave Marino, he was saying if we lose 1450, this could be a bloodbath, and that is very true. I think that's very true. Yeah, because all of this price action through here is essentially just spinning. It's just spinning, right, around that downtrend. So this price action is related to the downtrend. So to fall through that level would just suggest another interaction with it. And God, that is so crazy. It's been so crazy watching the price drop like this. It's just nuts. Look at the RSI. It's like into the abyss. Let me zoom in on that. Okay, that was a little too, there we go. Look at that, I will never forget this. I will never forget this. Look at that, it's just insane. Insane, and I would be optimistic of a bounce, except there's all this, look at all these horizontal levels of support and resistance that are being created. And this happens because when the price moves sideways, you have all these levels form up. So there's going to be a very, very strong point of resistance in the $20 through $25 region. It's always going to be easier to bounce back up against the most recent price action because there's the fewest levels of support and resistance. And you can see here that level. So, you know, if we did see a big bounce from here, you could see a bounce up to 20, but I'm just not optimistic. There's going to be a lot of resistance at 16 and 18 both, right? So yeah, the bounce theory is diminishing. It is diminishing, and especially on this kind of volume action, this is really strong volume, and volume is rising. You see the IV making higher lows. So, it's a volatile downtrend. Let me close this patterns here and minimize that so I can see my screen, and go back here. Minimize this so I can see the chat. Let's see here. Do you think retail is selling? I absolutely do believe that some people are selling. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. You know, like, that's reality. I mean, I brought up my sells, right? Like, let's be honest. You can't be judging people for selling. If it's not financial advice, right? Oh, don't buy because I said so, right? Then it should also be, you know, go ahead and sell because I'm not telling you what to do, right? So if there is a culture of like, hey, you shouldn't be selling because I'm not selling, that's totally inappropriate. There's no space for that in a rational world, right? Like, that's not how the stock market works. That's not how the equity markets work. I mean, let's be honest. Okay, so I'm gonna open up Gamestop now. We'll hit Gamestop next. Gamestop is continuing its downtrends. Yikes. A really bearish candle on Gamestop as well. Super bearish. Super bearish. Look at that internal trend line, absolutely being respected. The price broke above, got rejected, opened higher, went up, and boom, it fell down. Let's look at it on a little smaller time frame, get some understanding. That's a bull trap. Yeah, that was the SPY, that was the Fed taking it down, and then that was respected more today. The RSI is going to set, let's see here, it's at a lower low. So the bullish divergence could set up here, but it really just depends. I wouldn't call that yet. Looking at the 1 minute, just getting suffocated like it's being held underwater, you know? It's just nuts. It's nuts. GameStop, AMC getting absolutely pummeled. Should we sell them, buy back in? I'm never gonna tell you to sell. I'm never gonna tell you to buy. Trying to time a market is generally ill-advised. No one thinks that timing a market is easy. Most people miss it anyway. Yeah, take your chance, no telling when. I mean, that's just the thing, right? Like, if you are a buy and hold investor, you're not going to be looking at the price every day, right? If you are buying and holding, like, you know, buy and hold. That's cool. Whatever. None of this matters. Alright, so AMC, GME, the SPY. Let's move on to Citigroup. It's Citigroup time. Are you here, Bobby? Opening it up. Citigroup. And what time frame am I on again? The 1 minute. So interesting interaction here with this gap zone support. You can see that coming into play a couple of different times. I'm going to zoom out a little bit into the 15-minute time interval. That looks bullish. That looks bullish to me. You can see implied volatility rising. The volume is in a downtrend now. We have had this big push up through that zone of resistance, and now we see a nice kind of a rectangle forming, right? You know what that means? Flag. That means flag. I like it. Bullish. Let's look at it in the daily, see what that looks like. Okay, and maybe I should be putting a downtrend on this thing too, right? Still need to get above that downtrend. Yeah, there was support there. Interesting. This looks like a V-type bottom. Maybe we can get going here. Maybe there's some waffling in this area. I think the price is going to spend some time between the lows of these two candles. It's really tight zone too. Was that 66, 64? Yeah, tight. So the volume is decreasing. Implied volatility rising the last couple of days. Curious. Let's see what Pattern says about it. Patterns. Could you pull up Citi for me, please? Thank you. And we are on the weekly time frame here. No breakout yet of this pattern, this point reversal. Click here. This pattern is also unconfirmed. Narrow range 4 with a target of 69.55 or 9%. This is still open, and that is bullish. That is bullish, right? An open black candle continuation, 56.83% or a $56 target, which is bearish. So you kind of have a target on either side of the current range, which is interesting. You can see that there's a volatility stop on this black candle continuation at 70.55, which is near this 69.55 target. So those two levels coincide quite nicely. It's possible that we'll see that narrow range 4 play out bullishly and that black candle pattern be stopped out. Okay, so that's at the weekly time frame. Let's go ahead and turn on daily. Okay, we have a black candle here. That was today, but there hasn't been a breakout yet, right? So the software doesn't have a price target for it. Nice pipe bottoms confirmed on the 26th yesterday. Excellent, like to see it. The approximate target is 68.89, so there's another bullish target. And you can see if it were to bounce up there, that might form a nice double top, but the price looks like it's short-term bullish at least. Pivot point reversal from the downtrend. This is still open. The target is 67.79. That's still bullish. Let's see, no target on this one yet. Here we go. Bearish engulfing. Today formed a bearish engulfing, which is bearish reversal 79% of the time. Yikes. Okay, so there's actually a strong chance of bearish reversal here. Patterns is very back and forth on this one. Very back and forth. I think we need to see the weekly candle play out before we have a good solid target here. I would watch the momentum indicators very carefully and make a determination. You can see, yeah, the RSI here flirting with that 50 region. You see that RSI turning down at 50 is bearish. It is bearish. Implied volatility is rising. And the price is currently, I think, in a downtrend, is it not? Yeah. So if it's rising in a downtrend, then that would kind of hint at reversal, at bullish reversal, actually. Yeah. Okay. Citigroup. I have no idea. For me. This is a sit back and watch. Okay. So that was Citigroup, AMC, GME, the SPY. I covered Genprex a little bit, so you got it, Larry. I think that we're going to do some stock hunting, unless there are some symbols. If you want me to look something up, specifically you want to see it through Bulkowski's pattern software, drop it in the chat and I'll have a look at it. I'll tell you what I think. I don't always have like the most informative analysis like with Citigroup, but honestly, not every stock is going to be in a really good spot. Okay, so let's see here. Looking at DWAC. Let me open up the software, ask it politely what it thinks about this. It's gonna ping at us, I think. Yep. Okay. Okay. Stop yelling at me. DWAC. Chart, please. Interesting. A high and tight flag did form in here, and then you see this big breakdown happen. Okay, so the first target we have is a fakey bearish. Oh, it's unconfirmed, so there's no price target. But there is a price target. It says approximate breakout, not yet. But it has an approximate target of 41, which is much lower than the prices now. 38% lower. We have a narrow range 4, unconfirmed, no target. An open fakey bullish, no, it's unconfirmed, but it has a target. Let's see, here you go. Here's our first pattern with a breakout, and it has a target of 54.62, which is bearish. Interesting. So that formed up on the 18th. That was this day right here. See this little red dot? This tells us this is incredible. It saw this long white day, continuation 58% of the time, but it broke out and down on the 24th. That must have been right, let's see, today's 27, 26, 25, 24. So this candle right here broke this candle. And now we have a lower price target. And you can see this. This looks like a keeling over, right? A gap down, it came up, rejected that gap zone resistance and fell down. Let's go ahead and have a look at it on the charts, and I'll draw some stuff up here. DWAC. Not backslash, enter. Okay. Can I get the max available first, please? That's all there is? That's all there is. Interesting. You know, why so many young charts? Everyone's bringing me these young charts. These are really hard to analyze. There's just not enough historical data, right? You know, I can give it what I got though. I see, you know, a level of horizontal support here. Here's the high, find the lowest low, draw a trend line. You know, there is one. And so we're going to take another trend line here and go to the high, go to the lowest low. So, you know, the price, there's not a definitive trend set yet. This is a very tight range, isn't it? It's not. 91 to 40, so this is a big range. Maybe I need to blow this up a little bit to understand it better. Yes, yes indeed. And do I see a pattern somewhere? Do I have, I mean, that was probably a consolidation. You can see IV is falling through that zone, right? So that would be a small trend line that broke out. We can make another trend line here. You can see the breakdown, and then that gap level is going to be resisted. Yeah, this just looks bearish to me. It looks bearish. I would expect this to continue to keel over. Let me color some of these lines really quick. I don't like to just leave random lines all over the place. They gotta at least be colored. At least be colored. Let's see. And red, okay, there we go. And we'll make this one kind of this purpley color with an arrow. This is just what I expect to see, is a return to that trend line. The RSI, it has left the oversold region, is now falling. It's at 52, so it could fall below that still. Implied volatility is dropping as the price returns into its previously traded range below $66. I think getting below this level is going to be a big deal, right there, probably near 56. So yeah, I'd be watching carefully. Let's look at the MACD. Can I get MACD, please? Let's edit studies. Turn on the MACD. Add selected, apply, okay. MACD crossover, you see that? Just turning bearish there on the MACD. That's kind of what you would expect. So bears are gonna have a turn now. It's the bears' turn. Corn stock. I did look at the corn stock already. It's just bearish. Big black long candle. It's just gonna be a continuation of a downtrend, I think. 14. Plowing through 1450 is exceedingly bearish. I think once we pass that last major low at 1423, it's just gonna be lights out. Like, the potential of an absolute free fall increases. The weekly RSI, I think, needs to reach oversold in AMC before we see a bounce. You got pop culture. Okay, people, drop your symbols in the chat, or I am gonna do some hunting. Minimize patterns here so I can see my screen. Very good. What is this? I have Bulkowski pulled up here. This is Bulkowski. I don't know when this picture was taken. It was a long time ago, I'm sure. Let's see here. We'll just pull up the candle pick index for visualization. And I'm gonna pull up my stock scanner in Thinkorswim. It's called Stock Hacker. Let's pull this up and pull this down. Well, let's leave this up here because I'll be using this still. Let me just resize this guy right here. And then I need to grab its corner, and then yeah, we'll just make it nice and neat. Very good, very good. Okay, so what am I looking for? I'm looking for these stocks. Let me clear the filters I currently have up, okay? Alright, so we're going to scan all stocks. We're not going to intersect with any of my watch lists. We're not going to do any of this nonsense. What we're going to do is we're going to start adding filters. And the first thing I want to find is I want to make sure that the ask is less than $15. Above $1 and less than $15. And I do that because that was what I was reading in Bulkowski's book today. Oh, we've got a symbol. LTCN, Grayscale Litecoin Trust. A trust though? A trust though? Come on, a trust? Okay, why not? There. I don't like these derivatives of the cryptos. I think derivatives are BS. Yeah, I trade options contracts, but that doesn't mean I think they have a legitimate place in like markets. Okay, so Litecoin, this is a trust here, and this thing is going nasty down. That is sick. That is sickening. Look at it. Oh, big tail though, big bottoming tail. The RSI. See, this is what I think we're going to see in a lot of stocks. This is what the RSI looks like in a downtrend. This is what I mean when I say the RSI can stay in the oversold region for a long time. This is exactly it. It'll come up for air a little bit, and it'll just keep going down. And look at the volume too. This is what we're seeing in AMC start to shape up. And even when the MACD turns green, it doesn't mean anything, right? It's like, oh, whatever. It just continues downward. So how about some trend lines? Here's a high, there's the lowest low. So this is gonna be the downward trend that needs to be broken before a true sign of a bullish reversal. I'm gonna go ahead and draw this other trend line. So when I start drawing steeper trend lines like that, I call that acceleration. The further away the price gets from this primary trend line, the faster it's going, right? And in order to make this trend line, I do need to pierce through the price a little bit. That's okay as long as our tails nasty, or wicks, I should say. This is looking really bearish. Really bearish. Let's put through patterns. Let's see. Updates. Give me LTCN. Por favor, start. Yes, replace all of them. It's done. Don't yell at me, please. There we go. Okay. And chart. So here we go on the daily. Last engulfing bottom, bearish continuation, 65% of the time, shaping up on the 25th and 26th of this month, breaking out the 27th, an approximate target of 451. Bearish target still. Yikes. This gap, this area gap, let's see, price target of 378. Bearish. And then way back here, we have a target at 1262, right? It has a stop at 395. It's most likely that we're going to see that stop reached, it sounds like, before, and that would just close the trade out. Another target at 378. Another target at 484. Well, yeah, this is, yeah. I mean, it looks like it still has downside. Cryptos are getting battered, huh? That's okay. I'm not into trading the derivatives on cryptos. I'm really not. That tail looks good though. Doesn't that look good? I like the tail. I like it less when I look at it here. And it looks like we're gonna have a hard time getting out of that area. We're gonna have a hard time getting out. There's a lot of resistance through here. Volume isn't a downtrend, right? You can see that. So this is looking bearish, looking very bearish. Everything's looking bearish, I swear. The more things I look at, it's just like bear. Makes sense though. Okay, I'm gonna return to my, let's see here, my stock hacker here. So I'm looking for a bid and ask between 1 and 15. I can have it scan. It tells me there's a whole bunch of results, of course, but why is it not working? Why not working? Oh, you know what? Stock hacker, yeah. Set up scan. Okay, $1 minimum. That's really weird. Let's just try resetting it. It's in stock. Give me everything that's over $1. Okay, and now cut out anything that's over 15. There it is, now it's working for me. Okay, so now I'm gonna add some more filters here. Let's see here, let's go to, yeah, let's see what the stock options give me. I have close, EPS, bid, beta, high, low, market cap, market move, net change, open, PE, sizzle, blah, 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 yield percent change. Maybe what I actually want to do is add a filter for a fundamental. See what those are. Book value per share, let's do that. Let's do the current. And I don't want a minimum, I want a maximum of like, let's say, well, 2.1 was really what Bukowski was saying. You don't want to go over 2.1. It says no matches. Really? Should I put a minimum in too? Let's put a minimum in. Let's say 0.1. That didn't work. Why is that? Why is that? Why would it say no matches? Book value per share. Oh, growth. Can I just do book value per share, please? But what I really want is price per book value ratio. That's what I really want. Okay. That's what I was looking for. So let's go 0.1 to 2.1. Hit scan. Okay, so we have 2,000 matches here. And so these are small caps with a price that is not over double the book value. The book value kind of intending to say, hey, this is what the company's worth in liquidation. And I'm gonna add another filter. I wanna see rising return on equity. Let's have a look. It's alphabetical, right? So, revenue? No, not really what I'm looking for. Return on equity, there it is. So, I would like it on the, annuals fine. I'd like it. Okay, that's whatever. Value current. Yeah. Year on year. Let's do it from 2 years ago, so we get COVID accounted for. And I just want to see it going up, right? So I don't know. Let's type in 1, and let's just type in 10. Return on equity. What am I looking for in return on equity? See, I need to educate myself a little more here. It's like no matches. Okay, that is nothing either. Nothing there. Okay, well, let's filter out here by market cap. Whoops. Can I Control Z that? No. Okay, so, oh god. Oh god. Okay, minimum of $1 and a maximum of 15. Okay, good. Add filter. Let's go stock. And I want market cap. Market cap, small. And I want the max to be 1 million, which is 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1. Okay, so here are my small market caps with a decent price book value ratio, and actually it looks like I could even drive this down more. The lower the better here, so let's make it, yeah, bring it down to 760. That's pretty good. Geez, what other filters can I apply here to help bring this down a little bit? Well, I want it to be moving, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and add implied volatility. Implied volatility change, yep. And I want to have increased at least 2% from, yeah, we'll say 10 bars ago, no. We'll say I want implied volatility to have gone up in the last 2 weeks. So let's see here, weeks. Yep, there we go. 112. There we go. We've boiled it down to 112. Gotta love think or swim. This is powerful stuff. Now I want to sort these by, let's go by share value, right? I like to see that per share value. All right. Okay. Now, do I recognize any of these companies? This is my next question. Geo Groups, American Finance Trust, Berry Corporation, Armor Resident, and what, just eat takeaway.com. Just eat takeaway.com. Is that Grubhub? Is that Grubhub? Let me see if that's Grubhub. I would love to buy Grubhub. That'd be fun. Would that be fun to buy Grubhub? Grub. Oh yeah, that's a weird chart. Woo! It is Grubhub! Grubhub getting absolutely smashed. Let's go to Max. How could they be in the the pandemic? You think Grubhub would be doing a lot better, right? I wonder what's going on there. 2020 was a good year for them, but then it just keeled over. I mean, what happened? What happened? Was there like a stock? This is nasty, like a reverse, like a split? Was there a big split? Implied volatility rising here on the weekly time frame. The MACD is coming bullish here and rising, which is counterintuitive to the price dropping. Okay, well, we'll just go back on the day here. And we'll, let's see here, auto arrange this. And then back, and, okay. Jeez. Really weird. Like, how do you even analyze this technically? Look at this, big gap, big gap, big gap, peak. Pipe bottom, rose up. This looks like a nice double bottom, doesn't it? And it even confirmed right here. But then it broke down and it busted, right? So now maybe we're going for like a triple bottom. 1, 2, and 3. All right, there does seem to be a rising trend through here. You can take these bottoms. Look at this. What are those? Those are like dojis. This is nuts. I've never looked at Grubhub before. Tim Sketchy made it. Hello, welcome. I'm looking at Grubhub here. I turn on a bunch of filters. I'm looking for small market caps with rising implied volatility, with a low price to book entry ratio, and I got down to 117 companies. Grubhub came up here, and wait, what? Did you guys see that the RSI was extending beyond my price action? Okay, that was so weird. So yeah, wow. Okay, let's put Grubhub through patterns. Maybe patterns will have an easier time understanding this than I will. Let's go Grub. Please enlighten me. And it's gonna yell at me here in a minute. There it is, and then I have to click it just right. All right, Grub. Chart, please. Narrow range 4, no proximate breakout, so no target. Here we go. There was an exhaustion gap. It looks like it broke out on the 24th. The target is $9.09. The price is nearly there, right? What was that low today? Let's see here. That low was $9.14. So the price came within 5 cents of the target. That's pretty damn close. I'm gonna keep scrolling through these patterns here. See what you can tell me. This has a target of, what was this? An area gap. So many gaps. Target of 832. That would suggest more downside. A couple of those. Exhaustion gap. Falling window. Bearish continuation. 67% of the time. Jeez. Target's near $8. So, let me just catch my mic before it falls on my desk and you all have to hear that clatter. So I'm gonna be selling puts. I'm gonna sell puts on this thing. I'm gonna sell Grubhub puts. I'm gonna leave myself a note. Sell Grub puts. And I want to be sell Grub $8 puts. So basically what that's gonna do is it's gonna create a buy order for me at $8 and I'm gonna be getting premium for that, but I gotta make sure that the options chain actually supports that. I don't know what that chain looks like yet. But these targets, there's only one target here so far, below $8 at $7.80. One at $9, $9.36. Island reversal bottom. This was, let's see here, this was completed though. Right, and you know, this looks good. This looks good. This looks like a chart that's bottomed. Good God, what happened though? Just get pummeled. I wonder if there's any news I can look up on it. Well, let me first pull up the fundamentals here. Get this all aligned here. And we'll have a look at Grubhub. Grib. Yes, Just Eat Takeaway.com, formerly Takeaway.com at Nevada, is a company based in the Netherlands that operates an online food delivery marketplace. The company focuses on Netherlands? Yeah. The company focuses on connecting consumers and restaurants and allows users to order food from nearby restaurants and have blah, 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 blah. Everyone knows what Grubhub does. So let's have a look at this, huh? Return on equity over the last 2 years is decreasing, definitely in a downtrend there. Okay, so we don't want to see the price to book entry or book value decreasing as well. Let's see here. Book value per share is increasing. Good. So Bukowski actually gave us a table in his book. He has this table in here. Performance of stocks using price to book value sorted by price. So let's see here. We have a low price below $15 with a book or a price to book value above the median of 1.4. Okay, or below the median is better. What am I looking for though? This is probably on the next page. He says, okay, here we go. Price to book value here is increasing. All right, it's rising. And then the return on equity is increasing as well, although it is negative. So that looks like a pretty moderate. It should perform moderately well. It would be better if the price to book value was falling, though. Book value per share is increasing. So book value per share is increasing. Well, it doesn't seem like it would necessarily be a bad buy. I see there's gotta be, like, someone's gotta have analyzed this. It's in consumer discretionary, right? So I can pull that up and we can kind of get an idea of where we're at. Let's see here. Let's just sort by net change. Consumer discretionary having a really bad time here. Ooh, Tesla? What? Oh, that's that by net change, that's why. So the price of the stock's gonna alter that quite a bit. God, I wish I could, oh, 52 low, okay. Can I add show scan query menu? Yes. No. What's this one? No. I mean, I would really like to, organize these by percentages, right? I want to see the percentage change. But yeah, so consumer discretionary. Let's see here. I mean, there's a little green. There's a little green. Not a whole lot of green, and a whole lot of red. And that's probably because inflation. Just consumer spending is down. Yeah, wages are up, but not nearly to the extent that that prices have risen. Thank you, Furley's girl. Thank you. So, I mean, the question is how is Grubhub doing against its peers? I'm gonna open up the, I have something here. I have Market Watch. No, I have, what is this? Tools, charts, education. Show me, where is it? It's in Market Watch. Visualize, yep. Watch lists. No, I don't want watch lists. Jeez. I wish I knew which of the, let's go to the Russell indices. It's gonna be a small cap, right? So, I'm gonna do the Russell, I'd like to see the Russell 2000 if it gives it to me, but consumer discretionary. I'm gonna detach this gadget, see what it looks like. It has my account number in it, so I've gotta freaking do a snippet here. Bear with me. This is what consumer discretionary looks like in the Russell right now. You can see there's a lot of overlap here, like Microsoft showing up all over the place. But I do see a lot of red here, a lot of red. I mean, consumer discretionary is gonna be hurting. Let me look up something. Let me do some digging here. I'm gonna go to look up Grubhub. Like, I wish Thinkorswim was a little better at this part, right? Like, I would like to be able to see it against its, like just clicking this doesn't do it for me. This does not help me. Okay, so I go to Grubhub on Yahoo Finance. This is what I get. Whoa. Okay, blow it all the way up, would ya? Let's see here, fair value, whatever, overvalued. Analyst report, justtakeaway.com. Of course, you have to file the short-term bearish. Bulls say experienced founder-led management team is typically invested interest. Okay, whatever. Bears say competition in some core markets intense as well capitalized delivery-led peers continue to capture significant market share. Defend competition from delivery-led peers. Just Eat Takeaway needs to step up investments in own delivery and grocery could significantly dilute profit and returns. With the acquisition of Grubhub, a significant portion of the company's sales, about 40%, will be generated in an intensely competitive U.S. market. I mean, yeah, that's all true. That's all true. Let's see here. Our total revenue is 3.1 million. Is that it? TTM. Cost of revenue, gross profit, operating expense 1.7, operating income is negative 451,000. Interesting company, isn't it? An interesting company. Total expenses are 3.5 million. It'd be nice if it just gave me like a flat revenue versus liabilities, right? Earnings, financials. Let's see. In the second quarter of 2020, of course, in 2020, quarters 2 and 3, they beat their estimates and they missed them in the last quarter of 2020, and then also in quarter 1 of 2021. Yeah, interesting stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on some of these other things here. I can see in equities. Let me minimize this other screen, distracting me. Let me go ahead and I know I have earnings somewhere. I think it's in the time axis. Is that corporate actions? Maybe I do that. Supply that. Nothing. I need more info. Price axis. Is it general? Show high-low bubbles. Show trades. Overlap volume. Nope. Come on, Thinkorswim. It's not necessarily an easy program to use. You do have to be really familiar with it, of course. Let's just do that. I really want to know why I can't get this to show up. Oh, there we go. Earnings. Let's see here. The estimate was negative 22 cents, right? Is that right? Negative 22 cents. Actually, negative 56. Yeah, they missed him there. And then earnings on 7. Okay, when's our next earnings? It's earnings season, right? So when is Grubhub's next earnings report? That's the real question. I'll just look it up. Grubhub earnings. Let's see, we got some announcements from Grubhub in late 2021. Whatever, nothing really there.